Well, Blumhouse is back again, yet again, with another horror release. They haven't been on a really good track record. I just got out of watching Wolfman. This was supposed to come out in October, but got pushed into January for reasons, and just the whole marketing um, behind this movie has been abysmal. Um, from seeing this, the first leaks of what the Wolfman is going to look like at that what was it, Universal Fright Nights or something like that. And since then, people were already kind of, I feel like, checked out. None of the posters have been good. They've just been very generic and just low effort. And the trailers just didn't really wow me or woo me. And they decided to show the transformation before the movie came out. So there's a lot of things that were already against this movie, and I just don't think Blumhouse cares. I don't think they're ever going to really change. With that being said, let me give you my thoughts on this movie, because I gotta be honest. Compared to everything that Blumhouse released last year, this is much better. This is a much better release compared to like Night Swim, Imaginary, all that trash they dropped last year. But that does not eliminate the issues that still plague these movies. This is from the director that directed The Invisible Man back in 2020, Lee Whannell. And I wasn't too over the moon with that. I get what they were trying to do with that take of The Invisible Man. I appreciate it, but it's nothing I went back to at all. And going into this, it didn't make me want to be more excited for the movie. But I will say, I like the story. The story centers around Blake and his family. He's dealing with the passing of his father. He's dealing with the relationship with his wife, Charlotte, that's played by Julia Garner. And yeah, I really like how this movie starts off. They kind of get you right into it. It's kind of telegraphed, I will say, because you have this younger Blake talking to his father. They're out in the wilderness in Oregon or some shit somewhere out there in East Bumblefuck, and he's trying to just teach him about survival. And that's where they kind of get the first encounter of this Wolfman. There's this kind of whole entire, I guess you say, mythos or urban legend that indigenous people had and whatnot. So has everything kind of going for it. I like the emotional kind of thing he does with this movie, with these characters. You really kind of resonate, or you're trying to support what Blake is trying to do. He takes his family out to his father's old farm just so they can kind of see this view of the valley and stuff like that, and just to also work on their relationship. I'm talking about Blake and Charlotte. I don't really care for the daughter. The daughter is kind of snobbish, in my opinion. Nothing against the kid actor. I just didn't really do nothing for me. Just didn't make certain situations any better, you know? And I like that Charlotte's character has this arc where she doesn't really connect with her daughter as much as she is connected. Her daughter's connected with Blake, and that really kind of breaks her heart, and she tries to make things work. So I like that. It has a cool little love story. It's really a tragic love story, I would say, too, because it's like Blake is trying to make things right between his family, but also it's going to cost him. But it's interesting now, kind of looking back at it, that, now she's going to have some more time to spend with her daughter now, considering how the movie ends. But let's talk about the Wolfman's design, man. God damn, man. I would say that's the biggest negative of this movie is, I like, for instance, I like the atmosphere. I think does a good job of just keeping the creature out of the camera for the most part and just kind of teasing it. The sound design is really dope. I like hearing the growls. I'm just not the biggest fan of the actual design, even though I get what they were going for, where like this is not your typical or what we know of like the Wolfman or werewolves, where you have to use silver to kill it. You could just kind of kill this thing with using a knife or a gun. So it's not like really an indestructible monster. So there's that. It's really not that threatening to an extent. Even though you are stuck at this farm, you're isolated from everything. You have no fucking signal. All you have is like a radio, and nobody's answering that bitch. But like I said, that Wolfman design, I just wish that they did more with it. I get it that you're seeing him slowly turn into this monster. You're seeing him slowly lose his humanity. You're seeing his senses change, heighten, smell, and just I like that stuff. But it's just the overall design itself, the ultimate design is just not it. There are times that it almost gave me like OG Wolfman vibes, but man, I just feel like they really dropped the ball, and I think they could have done something a little bit more terrifying. If you had like a Werewolf by Night type of werewolf in this movie, it would be much better. It would have been a much better experience. Um, yeah, it's the story is okay. It's just a lot of things just fall short, and it really comes down to that Wolfman design, because you can't just half-ass that, and I really feel like they half-assed the Wolfman design. I understand what they were going for. I just don't think they executed it well. This is not a terrible movie from Blumhouse, but it's definitely going to be a very forgettable one. I don't think there's not a scene in here that was just like, oh man, that was really, that's going to be the thing that people are going to talk about. It has some clever cinematography while just being shot in the dark. They do this thing where you see the POV of Blake while he's kind of like going through this transformation. I think they could have done something better. It just came off very cartoonish and not that it's not that good. It's like you're putting like a Snapchat filter over somebody. It's weird. It's really weird. I didn't really like it that much. Overall, okay movie. It's nothing to, run home off of. It's better than what Blumhouse has been releasing. I still feel like this could have been much better though. I feel like werewolf movies in general, especially if you're going to do the Wolfman, deserves a lot more respect, a lot more care put into it, considering its cinematic legacy. That's just me personally, but let me know how you guys feel about the Wolfman if you get around to checking it out in the comments below. Till next time, I'm out.